Welcome to Cougar Football with Kevin Donnelly. The University of St. Francis football team won its 9th consecutive opening round game this past weekend, showcasing the run game in the 28-14 victory over Missouri Valley.
You're right. I told you a week ago we're going to put the game in the hands of the people in the trenches, our offensive and defensive lines, and they won the war on both sides. Guys did a great job. They had to stop the run to have a chance, and they did not do that. We had Wolf back, Campbell back for the first time, so we had a double feature there with those guys, and they did a great job. Set up a play action pass, in which Bozer was able to hit on some big plays and nice conversions, and one to Aaron Knight there in the fourth quarter, and then a screen pass to Kobe Fry on a 3rd and 14 for 44 yards. So it was a big game, and I thought our defense just did a tremendous job again. Brody Caldwell, in my opinion, is one of the best linebackers in the country, and made a big play there, had a touchdown call back, but he made a big play and it set up a score.
One of the keys to setting up the Cougar run game was moving Kobe Fry from wingback to fullback.
Well, you know, he's a senior, and he leads by example. He doesn't say much, but that guy is a football player. He'll block you, he'll catch the ball, he'll run the ball. We went to a straight 11 personnel without making substitutions, so we could go from a half a dozen different formations without substituting. And that put Kobe in that position. First time he's really done it, and he picked it up obviously very well. Hit that trap so quick inside and the isolation. Not very big, but man, pound for pound, he's a great football player.
And now the Cougars advance to the quarterfinal round of the playoffs, along with St. X and Marion from the MSFA Mid-East Division. All three could advance to the semifinal round with wins on Saturday, which is a bit unusual.
Well, it wouldn't have surprised me either way. I felt that this was the way they should do it. I know that they've got some kind of a rule that all teams from a conference have got to meet, you know, no later than the 3rd round. Well, there's a possibility that's not going to happen. It says a lot for MSFA. We've got good football there. Got 4 left in the final 8. Could have 3 left in the final 4. So, I mean, there's a possibility. You know, you're going to have 2 teams in the same conference playing for a national title, and in my opinion, that's okay, regardless of what the written rule may be. When you have half a dozen football teams ranked in the top 20 going into the last week of the season, rightfully so, that maybe 2 of them are playing for the big one.
The Mid-States Football Association is regarded as one of the top football conferences in NAIA, if not the best. And St. Francis had a number of athletes on the All-MSFA Mid-East team.
Well, you know, Marion won the conference, so they're going to have pretty much the pick of the litter who they want on there. And they've got some great football players, no question about that. St. X the same way, we do too. Sure, I would have liked to get more of our guys on there. I thought we're deserving, you know. I think Frank's one of the best tailbacks in the conference, and just so happens that he was hurt when we had a lot of conference games, and Antoine filled in, did real well, and made all conference. So, yeah, it's just one of those years that, you know, we were banged up right in the bulk of the tough games through the month of October, and Coleman missed a bunch of them, and Frank missed a bunch of them, and Alfreganis as well, Grimes. Yeah, we had a rough October in terms of injuries. So, you know, we're starting to get healed up here the last part of November, or when we started the November run. Never Coleman gets hurt in the first quarter, you know, of the Mo Valley game, sprained ankle. Hopefully that's all it is, and we'll have him back this weekend against Georgetown.
Offensive lineman Eli Alafuñanas got himself healthy just in time to be awarded a second-team All-Conference selection, even though he missed 3 games due to a knee injury. The junior is a key component in Coach D's run-first game plan.
Well, I mean, first of all, on the offensive line, you have 2 seniors that played over 3 years here, in Corin Crunk and Wyatt Tuggle. And myself, I've played here for 3 years. I've seen a lot of action my first 2 years. I've seen a lot more this year, obviously being a starter. And I think when you have a veteran group like that, Zach Greiner, our left guard, he played a lot last year, his first real year as a redshirt freshman. And then Cam Edwards, obviously we didn't redshirt him last year because we had a feeling we were going to need him this year. So we actually let him play a little bit last year, get in the mix of things, play a little live football so he can be more prepared. And obviously he's grown and been a very good stalwart for us at right tackle. So pretty much I think putting the pressure on the offensive line, that's fine with us. Coach even told us that we need to run the ball more and we really need to set it up. And you know, Bozier is a fifth-year quarterback for us here, but he hasn't had much game experience. He's came in at the end of games and thrown a couple passes and the previous years. So, I mean, with that being said, I think we really needed to set up the run, and we have good running backs. I mean, Frank's been doing what he's been doing, and we need to get him in the open. I mean, he's gonna break one eventually. We're hoping it will be this week against Georgetown. And Antoine just brings a whole different dimension in the backfield. He's a very patient runner. He's patient. I think that's the word I'd use to describe him. And we have a lot of weapons. Aaron Knight's been having a good year catching balls, and he had that big catch on that play action that you referred to. So yeah, play action is going to be huge for us. I think being able to sell it as the offensive line, getting better at sells, having people step up is going to be a huge thing. So we can have those one-on-one matchups in the secondary, and that's what we want. You know, give us a chance. And I think that's what we've been doing. That's what we're going to continue to do. And we have a great game plan in this week for Georgetown, and we're ready to go out there today, Tuesday, and get to practicing and get ready to execute the game plan and have fun on Saturday.
The Cougars had fun against the Vikings and executed a nearly flawless game plan, opening the game with a 14-play, 82-yard drive that ate up over 7 minutes and resulted in a Frank Wolf 8-yard touchdown run.
You want to have a fast start. We talk about having a fast start, but we actually came out and did that against Missouri Valley this past Saturday. It was a great drive. I think we converted on numerous third downs. I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 third downs. Things were going real well. Running backs were running hard. Line was getting off the ball. We saw Missouri Valley. We knew they were going to stem and do stunts, and we've seen that early on. And we made sure we came to the sideline after we scored. But we really set the tempo for the game. We came out and threw the first punches, and we were very excited. We got the momentum going early on, and we're just having fun out there, really. You know, we go out there and we just got to give the right reads. We got to give good reads, and we just have to make sure we're doing our assignment. So the running backs get the right reads, consistent reads, so they can make good cuts and make some things happen. You know, Antoine on a couple plays, especially in that one touchdown, he dragged 3 or 4 guys in the end zone with him. And that's the type of player Antoine is. Antoine's a grider. I mean, he'll go right at you. He'll just road grade you. Frank, once again, very fast speed. We got some good plays for him. Got him in the open a couple times. We chewed up the clock. We got yards. We got first downs. We got the ball moving. Both of them scored. When we got in the goal line situation, they both were ready to go, and they both hit the hole hard, and they both found the end zone. Antoine twice, Frank once, and proved to be the difference in the game. Our running backs had a good game. Also, Kobe Fry and the other guys, everybody contributed. Wow, Kobe, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's just amazing for us this year. He's dynamite. He's like TNT. He's a little guy, but big. I mean, he comes hard at you. Small package, big things, and Kobe was big time, instrumental to our victory. I remember at one time during the game I was sort of tired, and the whole time Kobe's talking in the huddle, trying to keep everybody positive and stuff, and give me that extra energy and strength. And I made sure I told him that after the game in the locker room, having a good little laugh and cracking some jokes. And Kobe's been a sensational player for us, a senior. He's a true leader. I really think that he's really stepped his game up beyond belief. I know we had the injuries early on, but he does wherever the coaches ask for him. And the one thing about Kobe is, and I've been here for 3 years, and he's never complained about one thing, you know. He can play fullback, wing, I don't care. I mean, he might be able to play quarterback for us. He can do it all. He can catch, run, you name it. Screen, that big screen. I think that was the difference in the game. That was a big turning point. Brody's interception, and that 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20, crowd's getting real loud, and they're bringing the crazy pressures that they do. We hit a big screen for 40-plus yards. The one thing that I noticed on that drive, as he came behind me and Zach Griner, left guard, was when he cut it back to the other field to get the first down, how he secured the ball. I see him snug that ball tight. And he's just a smart player, just a great player overall. No one put a ball on the ground. That's a big key thing for us this year. You know, when we turned the ball over, we're not the same team, but we had everything going for us last Saturday. Chemistry, play calling was good. Even when we had a couple negative plays and a couple sacks, we still stayed within ourselves, kept our composure, and we played the whole game out, which is important. It's 60 minutes. It's not 54. It's not the first 30. We played the whole 60 minutes, and that was key, especially if you see the way the game ended. Last 2 minutes, we had to eat up the clock to finish the game on the field. You know, Bozier gets that big, 8-yard quarterback sneak, and we finished the game. And that's how the game went pretty much. We were just a little bit better than they were, and it showed.
Defensive end Lance Carey's ability to disrupt an offense showed against Missouri Valley. Seeing his most significant playing time of his career, Carey rattled off 5 tackles, including 2 tackles for a loss and a sack.
I mean, it felt good, but really it just came down to preparation and stuff. Coach Wagner gets us prepared every week, and he had me prepared to play that game, and I took time to prepare well, and so it was rewarding, but felt like I was able to do what I prepared myself to do. It really helps with that new format front we have. That's really taken a lot of pressure off the ends and putting somebody else in the middle, and we've just been scheming differently. Everybody's been playing to the best of their abilities. Our DBs are great coverage, they're making the quarterback hold onto the ball, running situations, they've got linebackers stepping up, and really there's just nowhere for the ball carriers to go. So really it's a team effort, and I was just fortunate to be on the better side of that this week. So yeah, it was one of my best games that I've had here, but I feel like I'm capable of playing well, and I think I can offer more to the team still. And so yeah, it was definitely a big achievement for me. I'm very happy with it.
When the 4th quarter started and the score was tied at 14, the defensive play of the game occurred when Lance's pressure on the quarterback led to a Brody Callball interception.
It just kind of opened up for me, and I came through, and I was able to get to the quarterback kind of as he was throwing the ball, and Brody was there and made a great play. I think he tipped it up to himself, and so he did most of the work. I just had a little fun in the meantime. I think we've made some changes throughout the program, and I think it's been for the best, and I think the players really buying into what coaches are doing around here, and there's just a good team chemistry. Nobody wants to go home right now, and we're all playing our best football. We're really coming together as a group. We're getting able to get in there, get 3 and outs. Offensively, we're moving the ball, we're playing better, so people are starting to play their best, and the team's really just buying into it.
The Cougars will come together again in Georgetown, Kentucky this Saturday to take on 14th-year coach Bill Cronin and the Tigers. This is the 7th meeting between the 2 teams, with Georgetown winning the first 3 in the series.
We know each other very well. Bill and I go way back. He was my assistant for 13 years. And Coach Mullins, the offensive coordinator, was my first run-and-shoot quarterback in the late 80s, and was on my coaching staff at one time. And Bruce Owens, the defensive line coach, was on my first team at Georgetown, and he coached for me at Georgetown, coached for me in Pennsylvania. Steve Elder, offensive line coach, was on my national championship team there in '91. So there's a lot of strong ties. It's a great school. Bill Cronin's a first-class guy, one of my best friends. We're kind of brothers. He'll probably tell you I'm more of a father to him, but great guy, great coaches. You watch the film, and they're coached extremely well, doing a lot of the same things that we did 20 years ago in terms of run and shoot football. Have expanded a little bit, gotten into shotguns, still running the old unbalanced goal line. They run it extremely well. They're well coached, you've got good football players. It's understandable why they're 11-0, they're ranked 3rd in the country. It'll be a real challenge for us.
To beat the program that Coach Donnelly won a national championship with in 1991, here are Coach D's keys to success.
Well, I think it starts with defense. We've got to keep the ball in front of us. They do a great job. They create contrasting preparation with the run and shoot, spread you all over the field, then condense things into an unbalanced line with 2 backs and get a lot of cross action and drags and digs, and they do such a great job of that. I think it's a real challenge for our defense, even though that they've seen it a lot because we run the same formation. Terminologies probably haven't changed much, so we had to change some of our line of scrimmage terminology just to make sure we don't tip things. And I think offensively, we've probably had more deviation from the offense of 20 years ago, even though we run the unbalanced goal line, to more of a true spread type of approach in running the football behind a strong offensive line. So got to take care of the football, got to be able to run the football, got to keep the ball in front of us, got to get some 3 and outs, got to play good special teams. They're well coached in all 3 phases, as we are. So, it'll be a great football game.
Be sure to tune in to Catholic Redeemer Radio, WLYV, 1450 AM. Coverage begins at 1:15 p.m. Thanks for watching, and go Cougars.